Yo, what's up everybody? I'm back with another rebuild, and today we are going to be rebuilding the Atlanta Hawks. And just like the last video, or the last rebuild, we're going to do 3 years until we win a championship. So I'm going to do this until we win a championship. I'm going to put a cap on 3 years. So I think this should be an easier one to do considering like the record and in real life, how the Hawks play. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of a bad contract. Probably it's going to be Dwayne Dedman. That's who I'm going to try and get rid of here. So let's trade Dwayne Dedman, and I'm going to try and pick up a solid bench piece probably. I'm going to trade a first rounder down the road, and the whole point of this first season is to try and kind of tank and try and get a top 5 pick. Try and get LaMelo or something like that, and then we can kind of build from there. And I'm going to try and win in the second year. So someone I had in mind was from my Suns. We're going to pick up a young forward, Mikal Bridges, and I'm going to see if this trade works. I'm going to try and add some second rounders to it. And this guy should be able to grow with the core. And he's a good defensive player, and he's good at shooting too, and this Hawks team is big on shooting. So there we go. Now we got Mikal Bridges. He should be added to the lineup here. I think I'm going to try and trade Capella as well, and I might pick someone younger up at center. And someone I really like in these rebuilds is Mitchell Robinson from the Knicks, because he's on a really friendly contract and he's young. And he develops really nice. So I'm gonna take on a bad contract with Bobby Portis just for a year, and then we'll get rid of him. It's really worth it to get Mitchell Robinson. He grows quickly, and this will save us cap space with getting rid of Capella, and we can go and get someone big in free agency. This Hawks cap room already is really nice. So let's go ahead and we'll do a guy that we don't really need. Okay. Oof. Yeah, I'll do it. All right, so we picked up Mitchell Robinson. I think he gets up to like an 86 or an 87 within the second year, and so he'll be nice. And then we'll pick up another center, and we'll fill out the roster as the rebuild goes on. So I'm gonna go ahead and simulate this first season, and I will catch up with you guys then, and probably see you guys at the draft. Season's over, and we ended up going 41-41, so we were a 500 team, so not exactly what I was hoping for, but I'm not surprised that we actually won some games. So I'm gonna go through here, and LeBron won MVP, Ja won Rookie of the Year, Nurkic 6th man, Kawhi Defensive Player of the Year, Luka Most Improved. Let's see if anyone made any of these teams for us. Doesn't look like it. So we're going to move on, simulate the playoffs real quick. We made it to the playoffs, but I'm not seeing how we win any of these or, make it anywhere. So, yeah, so we got outed in the first round by Philadelphia, not surprised. And so now my focus is not going to be on the draft. Probably we might trade that first round pick depending on where we get selected in the lottery. And then I'm going to go full on in free agency, and we're going to go into win now mode, because it looks like that's where we're kind of headed, considering we made the playoffs already and we have some young guys on friendly deals, and their overalls are going up. So we're going to go into win now mode, and hopefully we can win a championship and contend this next year. And I think that third year is going to be key. I think we definitely contend for a big playoff push. 17. Okay, so I think we can try and trade. Maybe we can trade up. All right, so it's draft time. I'm going to see if I can pull off a trade here. Moving up probably to take someone like LaMelo Ball or one of these guys that I know will end up being really solid. So it looks like Ball is going to go around that 10-ish spot. So let's try and trade with maybe the Wizards or the Bulls and try and get into the top 10 and see if we can pull off a trade. Okay, so now we have 2 first-round picks. I think that was a good trade because I don't think Reddish is not he's good and he'll develop, but he's not suited for, you know, win now. He's definitely a developmental guy. So let's see if we can get someone here. Hopefully LaMelo's still on the board. Oh man, he's not, is he? No. Dang, LaMelo actually went 2. So despite what the mock drafts were saying, he went number 2. So not exactly what I was hoping for. So let's just go with someone that we could use. And I think I'm not even going to try and pronounce this name. I think this is what we're going to do, is we're going to take Vernon Carey and have a backup to Mitchell Robinson. So we're focusing more on win now. We're not going to focus on trying to get guys that we're going to develop and develop and develop. So he'll be someone who can contribute right away, and he's also going to develop into that 3rd year too. So let's go to our next pick. So we'll have a backup to Trae Young now. So Nico Mannion is the pick, and we're going to sim to the end. And now we're going to go right into free agency. Can we make an offer for Anthony Davis? Let's see. Yeah, no trade clause. Let's see. We're going to bring in Anthony Davis and Jordan Clarkson. This is huge. So we have Anthony Davis headlining with Trae Young, John Collins, and Mitchell Robinson. So I might have to figure something out where we can play all of them on the court at the same time, but I doubt it. Or we'll just have a really strong bench. Let's try and get a small forward. Let's bring in a good small forward. And we'll go from there. So let's see if we can pick up a nice small forward. If we can bring in Derrick Jones Jr., that would be nice. No, we're gonna try and get him. We're gonna put up so many points, dude. Trae Young went up to a 93 overall. Robinson went up to an 85. This is what I was looking for. Bridges went up, Herter went up, Hunter went up. So this is what I'm looking for, is young guys that are growing. So we're going to simulate the training camps now. So let's go ahead and add untapped potential to Mannion. And I only have 1. All right, cool. Whatever, that works. All right, let's go right to the season now. Now I'm going to simulate the season. Actually, let's simulate to Christmas, see where we're at, and we can check on the stats and see how the team is progressing throughout those first couple months. All right, so we're at Christmas and we're 18-13, so not exactly what I was hoping for and not what I expected. It seems like we're stringing together wins and losses kind of sporadically. So let's kind of look at the stats and see what we're working with here. So Young's going off. He's playing really nicely. Let's look at the field goal percentages for the team. So Mitchell Robinson, only 7 rebounds a game. He needs to get more minutes. I think we need to put him in. Maybe we'll put Davis at power forward and put Robinson in at center and see how that works. And it looks like, let's look at the 3-point percentages. Okay, so 3-point percentages aren't bad. Let's look at what our team is doing. Let's see points per game. This is what I'm hoping for, is that we're top 10. Okay, so we're top 10. We're at 7, but we are okay. So our defense is middle of the pack. So it's actually okay. We're not bad there. 3 points made. Okay, almost top 10. And 3-point percentage, we're number 2. So our offense definitely isn't struggling, at least like efficiency wise. So I'm probably gonna just toy with putting Davis at power forward, and I'm gonna put Robinson in, and I'm gonna bring down Collins minutes, and we're gonna up Robinson's minutes a good amount, and then we're probably going to, man, these minutes are spread out pretty nicely actually. I might just leave it the way it is. I don't know if I like Collins only getting 19 minutes, but I like the way the lineup is working. Young getting 39 minutes is a lot, but I guess it's not really, he's on fire, so I'm not really going to mess with anything. All right, I'm going to leave it the way it is. I just wanted to flip some guys around a little bit, just kind of put them at different spots. And hopefully the next time we check in, our record is really good and we make the playoffs. I'm hoping to be at least a top 3 seed in the East, and I think considering being 500 last year and being the 6th seed, I think we can do that. So I will check in when we go to the playoffs. All right, so the season is over now. We became the 2 seed. We won 53 games, but I shook up the roster a lot at the trade deadline, and I didn't really show that, but I'm gonna go ahead and give you a rundown of what we did. So I ended up flipping our 2 first-round picks, a future first, and some role players, and we ended up picking up De'Aaron Fox, Derrick Rose, and Rashawn Holmes. So we picked up 3 guys who play significant minutes. Our shooting guard situation was kind of tough. So I ended up getting Rose, and I'm playing him at shooting guard, and he's actually doing really well there. And ever since we made the trade, our wins just started going crazy, and we were putting up like 120 points per game. And so I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a look at the stats of what our guys were looking like. So it just everybody on the team, and not even like starters like Fox, are putting up really good numbers off the bench. And everyone seems to be shooting really well. And it's working. It's kind of small ball, but in a way it's not, because we have guys like Davis and Mitchell Robinson and Collins, but the backcourt is crazy. So we ended up being the 2 seed after making all those moves, and so now we're going to go to the playoffs, and our first round is against the Chicago Bulls. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look and see who they have. So I have Kobe White, developing Kobe White. So it's basically the same Chicago Bulls team, they're just 1 year more experienced. And I think this is I think we're sweeping them. Look at our lineup compared to theirs. Like Trae Young, Rose. Look at this. And our bench is crazy now. So I think this is a championship team. I think we win the whole thing in the 2nd year. Okay, so I'm currently editing the video, and I guess my mic was muted for the last part of it when we went on the biggest part of the whole entire video and won the finals. So yeah, we actually pulled it off, and everything I did kind of brought it together, and Anthony Davis was like the biggest part of this whole entire thing, and that's huge that he declined his player option, which I didn't expect to happen. I don't think it happens very often in these Myleagues, so being able to bring him in was huge. Trading for Fox, Holmes, and Derrick Rose was some big moves that we made during the season, and that's what kind of brought this whole thing together. And I appreciate you guys tuning in and watching the whole thing if you did, and kind of sticking with it, even though after my last rebuild was pretty rough. The Knicks are tough, but I probably could have done a better job, and this time around it seemed to pay off. Whatever strategy I used, it seemed to work. So I'm going to kind of use the same thing going forward. Obviously different teams are going to be built differently to start off with, and the Hawks are pretty beneficial considering they already had good cap space and they had some young talent that was really good. And obviously Trae Young's already a 90 at 20 years old, 21 years old, and he's on a friendly deal. So I kind of use the same strategy as maybe NFL teams do now with like young quarterbacks on friendly deals. I kind of use that same kind of mentality in this, and hopefully I can do that going forward. Obviously, like I said, some teams are built differently than others already, but the focus going forward is obviously going to be winning now, and that's kind of what we did. We accumulated young talent, flipped it into win now in the 2nd year, and that really paid off in the end. So I think that's what I'm going to start doing going forward. Like I said, I appreciate you guys watching. If you watched the whole entire thing and stuck with it, I'll be back for more. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. And thank you guys, and see you guys next time.